Hello again everyone, I'm Paul the Nitro Skivers, and welcome to this edition of the Nitro Corner. Today is Friday, and we're continuing on with our Easter weekend extravaganza with the Impact report for this morning. The Impact was last night, so let's get right into the highlights. We start out with AJ Styles coming out with a weapons-filled cage being built around the ring. AJ Styles called out Bully Ray, stating that he wanted a piece of him for his being attacked a few weeks ago. Well, Bully Ray comes out. Initially, he says he's gonna, if AJ kept pushing it, Bully Ray would take him out. But Bully Ray initially accepted AJ's challenge, but refused and tried to back out. Christopher Daniels saw otherwise, attacked him, threw him in the cage, and it was on between AJ Styles and Bully Ray. AJ beat him up and was on the table, and then was going to jump off the top of the steel cage onto Bully Ray, but Bully Ray gets out of the cage quickly and leaves the ringside. That's going to be a big issue involving AJ Styles and Bully Ray, in the very near future. Then, of course, Beer Money was called out by Murphy and Rob Terry of Immortal for a tag title match inside a steel cage. In the end, Beer Money scored the victory to retain their tag team titles. And then, it's probably the stupidest promo I've ever seen. Jeff Jarrett and Karen Angle on a white horse and carriage, white horse and carriage, coming out to ring in the back, stating that Karen Angle, for her actions beyond the call of being his wife, was going to be crowned the Queen of the Mountain. Whatever. Well, wait and see what happened in just a bit about what happened to Karen Angle. Then Hulk Hogan comes out there and calls out RVD because RVD refused to be part of Immortal. Well, RVD basically told Hogan where to stick it and that he was going to do things his way. Things his way. Sting comes out after that and states that at Sacrifice he gets to choose his opponent, and his opponent will be Rob Van Dam for the World's Heavyweight title. That's going to be an excellent matchup at Sacrifice. But Hulk Hogan, of course, since the network wasn't there this week, decided to make two main event bouts. Rob Van Dam battling Abyss one-on-one with Hulk Hogan in his corner, and then Sting defending the World Heavyweight title against Matt Hardy. Next up, as I predicted, Madison Rayne and Tara have had their share of problems. Well, it happened again, this time in the Knockout Tag Team match, where Rosita and Sarita kept their titles in rather easy fashion, beating Madison Rayne and Tara. There was an argument afterward. Madison Rayne finds it very unacceptable that Tara was the cause of the loss. Didn't you get clotheslined by Rosita and got pinned there, Madison? You should pay attention to the match instead of just blaming everyone. I blame you. Whatever. You're just upset that you're no longer the TNA Knockouts champion. And then, of course, the Queen of the Mountain coronation. Karen Angle crowned Queen of the Mountain, all right. Well, let's just put it to you this way. Eric Young was feeding horses baked beans. Kurt Angle happened to show up there. This was before the coronation. Now add Kurt Angle telling Eric Young to get buckets. And then there's horses. Figure out one-on-one what Kurt Angle was cooking. Well, we smelt what Kurt Angle was cooking. It was all that cow dung coming from the ceiling onto Karen just as she put on her crown. Unreal. That was very funny. I like that. Sure stinked up the place, huh, Karen? You pile of dung. Of course, Kurt came in there. Angle slammed Jarrett onto the throne, laid him out, and told Karen Angle that, Karen Jarrett, that a mistress was coming to kick her ass. Who is it? Who knows? It's right up Kurt's alley, boy. I'll tell you one thing, right up his sleeve. Nice plan by Kurt. Great way to say that segment. Queen of the Mountain. I mean, Queen of Dung. I like that. That is good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, next up, Hogan again. Telling Abyss he's going to take out RVD. And then he told him to step aside while he talked to Mr. Anderson. Hogan hates Anderson. Well, Lottie freaking does, if we didn't know that. Anderson was bored. I like his promo this time. Oh, he's bored. He's tired of waiting. Ooh. I like that. That was tremendous. Mr. Anderson getting back to his promo ways, great stuff out of him. That was a good segment right there. And then next up after that was Rob Van Dam taking on Abyss. Unfortunately for Rob Van Dam, the steel pipe came into play, and Abyss scores a victory over Rob Van Dam. And Abyss and Hogan try to beat him up afterward. Crimson comes in to make the save. You can bet there's going to be a feud between Crimson and Abyss in the very near future. Next up is a Sting promo from the back locker room. Again, I'm surprised Sting came out with a very good promo this time. Oh, they're threatening him by wrestling. Ooh. I like that. Ooh stuff. As if Sting's really afraid of Matt Hardy, Mr. Cold-Blooded. Oh, I'm going to avenge Jeff. Why don't you avenge Jeff for his drug charges? Whatever. I mean, come on now. That was a great promo, though, by Sting, wasn't it? The ooh stuff. Oh, they're threatening him by forcing him to wrestle. Oh, that's what he does for a living. That's why he's the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Next up, Matt Morgan comes out there. Now he wants a title shot. Big Papa Pump came out there, disagree with him, and then gave him a cheap shot afterward. Well, we're going to see that coming up between Matt Morgan and Scott Steiner as Matt Morgan's career kind of stagnates once again. Miss Tessmacher, she's back. It was a quick promo. She's back in TNA. Velvet Sky promo where she doesn't know how she feels about Angelina Love when Winter shows up, confronts her, accusing her of making false accusations, whatever. And then as Velvet grabbed her right by the throat, ready to lay down some smack, Angelina Love comes from behind, throws her into a wall, and Winter says she'll clean up the mess next week. Whatever, Winter. I want to see that matchup. Velvet Sky versus Angelina Love. This is